When buying a new wake boat, or any boat for that matter, your dealer and pro shop is a huge factor in that decision. Premier Watersports has been our dealer since we moved to Tennessee, and they've been great to work with. Recently we did a video and showed their new pro shop, which is much closer to us on the north side of Norris Lake in Jacksboro, Tennessee. Now when I bend my drive shaft on a log or need winterizing, they are just a few minutes away. But then there's the pro shop. How many times have you been on vacation and you kill a prop? You forget your life jackets, you forget your rope, pop your tube, whatever. If you come to Norris on vacation, and many people do, you have a place to save the day. So I came in for a visit to get a new tube for my family and my new grandkids, and I got distracted. This pro shop is legit, and some of these pontoons are sick. Check out what I found and how I got distracted, and then stay tuned for the end of the video to see our new monster tube in action. So we came by Premier Watersports because we have some shopping to do, and I can't help but look at the boats. And if you're like me, you know that when you get older, you're going to have sooner or later, or you're going to have a pontoon boat and a wakeboard boat. But for me, I know eventually I'm going to retire to a pontoon, maybe when, I don't know, 65. And this is Rocky. I still got 10 years to go though. So I still got 10 years to go. But I came to this pontoon. So we had a Sylvan before, and I loved it. It was a great pontoon. But we ended up selling it before we moved to Tennessee. And this is like, it's different colors, but this was pretty much what it looked like. Is this pretty much your standard Sylvan pontoon?
Yeah, this is their pretty entry level. It's the 820 cruise. So it's got the L couch in the back with your big storage, and 8 feet wide, 20 feet long. Now,
is that one of those things that you can put up and you can change in it, or?
Yep, it does have the changing room.
Do your business, so to speak?
Right. That's right.
Yeah, those come in handy at times, especially when you're getting older. Don't need to take a diaper with you. How big is the motor on this one?
This one comes with a 90.
Okay, got it. And so that'll get you maybe 20 miles an hour?
You'll be low mid-20s depending on your load.
Yeah. Well, we had a lot of kids, so it was always a bit
right.
low.
Yeah.
So, and what do you need to go like 25-ish? That's like a 150 or so?
No, we can. This boat here comes with the 150. You're going to be low 30s on this boat, so it's a pretty big jump when you go up to a 150.
Got it. So what's the approximate price on just this kind of more? This isn't a basic pontoon, but this isn't. I mean, I'm looking across here. There's some really nice stuff.
Sure.
What do these typically go for?
The 820s like this typically run 30s, low 30s.
Well, that's really not that bad compared to what I've seen some of these other ones go to.
Sure.
All right, well, let's go. We got to go look at this. I saw a couple things over here. You got to show me.
Sure.
All right, let's go take a look. This is another Sylvan, but as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, dang. Like, if I got another pontoon boat, this looks like. So you got captain's chairs up in the front. That's sick. But this looks like a lot of room to sit. But you got these. Now, is there a table? You do this table?
You can put it
on both sides?
On either or both sides. It comes with two.
See, now this is where you get the special rag boy treatment, because you just got fat boy fitment here. Plenty of room to sit in here. This is cool. I'm looking at these, and it looks like the back's moved. Does this make some type of lounge, or what does it do?
Absolutely. So we can flip this one. So you lounge this way, facing forward.
Oh, man.
Or you got the kids tubing in the back, you flip this one.
Okay.
You can lounge backward.
Okay, so you can do lounge back or lounge forward.
Absolutely.
And then, you can't quite see it, but there's also a little storage down here and nice cup holders down on each side. Now, what size motor do these usually come with?
So these, it kind of depends on your preference. This is the full 24-foot, 8.5 wide tri-tune. So it's got all the goodies you want. You're going to want at least a 150 on this boat.
Yeah.
We can go up to 300. So
gotcha.
I kind of leave these the way they are to tailor to people's individual needs, because everybody has different needs.
Now, how big of a difference does it make when in cost? Like let's just rough. What would this boat go with a 150?
With the 150, this boat's 78, 79.
Okay, and if I put a 300, how much extra cost does that put into it?
That would add probably another 12.5.
About 12.5. Okay, that's not too bad. But with a 300,
Like with the 150, you probably could tube on this, but maybe not too great. I mean,
yeah, you're gonna, with a light load or an average load, the 150, you're gonna be in the low 30 mile per hour range. If we jump up to the 300, you'll be mid to upper 40 mile an hour range.
okay. But you should have enough grunt if you wanted to actually be kicking it around.
Absolutely.
Because if you're gonna tube and you have teenage kids, you have to destroy them.
That's right.
It's part of the.
That's
yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah.
That's part of the contract.
Yes.
That's the dad deal, right?
That is it.
Because we have that railing, you can ride in these seats while the boat's underway.
Yeah, I'm looking at that railing and stuff, and that looks really secure for kids. I don't know if you get a lot of this, but I have several grandkids and more coming. This looks like a pretty secure place to have them, so you get a lot of that with people with little guys running around.
Oh yeah, we had the same boat when my children were smaller because they can run around. It's not like a conventional boat where you with lower sides. Everything. They're pretty protected.
It's like a playpen on the water almost.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And then you can chill with your mimosa. I saw something over there. That's a pretty cool lounge. But what are those stools for? Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look. This lounge is pretty big. So, I mean, looks like you can go out and camp on this thing.
It is a huge lounge, but the cool thing about this lounge is it's not just a lounge. Check this out.
Oh, well, yeah, because I wanted to ask. I mean, what the heck? Why do we have a stool just sitting out here in the middle of nowhere?
Watch this.
Oh, man. Oh, dude. Oh, that is...
So we now have a bar on the water, your own private bar. You move your stools here, adjust those vertically for height, lighted cup holders.
And those seem to snap in pretty good.
Yeah, they snap in securely, so you can leave them in any of these places underway.
Got it. Got it. Oh man, this is nice. Yeah, I can get in there. Oh, it needs to be snapped together.
It actually has a secure snap right here.
And these stools seem to go up and down too.
They do. They do. They go up and down.
Okay. And you can actually do. I mean, you probably don't want to be going over rough water, but you could have this up like this.
Yes.
While you're underway, right? Mm-hmm. I don't even drink. I mean, I drink, just not alcohol. But this would be a blast, just to be out on the water, have lunch, sit, and so you have a lounge and you have a bar. I'm not sure if I like it more than the one with the reversible lounges, but this is cool. All right, so here's the question. You know it's coming. So this has a 150 on it.
Uh-huh.
What is basic price? And remember, whatever you say, people are going to go run in here. You said, so you probably should, adjust it accordingly.
So these boats, depending on how they're optioned, our bar boats are typically around the $80,000 range with a 150.
Gotcha. Now that's because it's a tri-tune, right?
Mm-hmm. This is ski locker. You can use it for noodles or whatever, but it is a super cool storage. I mean,
that's a lot of storage.
And it will go back to about right there. Yeah, so your switches are basic. They're familiar. You're familiar with boats. They're familiar.
Yeah.
This boat has the Simrad GPS unit. So it's going to read your depth. It'll do your water temperature, your speed, and a very cool GPS with contour lines. You can leave trails behind you to follow back home. So it's a nice setup.
Those can be, in most lakes, on smaller lakes, you don't need it. But on Norris, if you're exploring, that lake is ginormous, man.
Oh, yeah.
You can get lost in there. All right, now this is Connor, because apparently Rocky is so important that he can't, bring himself to learn about the pro shop stuff, so they give that to Connor.
That's correct.
But here's the thing. This pro shop I've been here since you first opened it, and you guys have really expanded it. There's a lot going on in here. Because when people go out on vacation, they like to, which we all know that's what happens on Lake Norris, because we all go out on the weekend.
Party destination.
We all go into the weekend, and I avoid the weekends as much as I can. That's nice about living here. But it's busy. And you go on vacation, and what happens when you break a surfboard? Or you forgot it, right? Or your tube, something's wrong. Or you lost your tube rope. You got all of that stuff here.
We do. We try to be a one-stop shop.
Yeah, but not only that, okay, so what happens when you go to a pro shop when you're out on vacation is you go and you go, well, I need to get a board, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna have to get a crappy one, right? Because the pro shop has like 3.
Yeah.
And then they don't have the right size for you. Well, I've gone around, you got boards all over the place, so I see you have a lot of Phase 5 stuff.
We do.
Is that one of your favorites?
It is. It's one of our best-selling brands. We try to offer any price range for any skill level. So we try to have a wide variety for all ages, all shapes, and all sizes.
So somebody comes in and they just thinking, yeah, you know, we want to try surfing. They just bought a new Moomba or something, and they really don't know where to go, and they're not even sure surf or skim. Let's say they want to do surf. Where do you typically go?
Well, like I said, we can offer that in Phase 5 boards. They have models from beginner to advanced pro riders. Also, we have Hyperlight. We carry 2 different brands that offers beginner, intermediate, and extremely advanced boards in all price ranges as well.
Got it. So give me like the average price range of when somebody's going to come in and they're looking for a board.
Are you looking for a beginner board?
Yeah, let's say beginner to intermediate. You know what his dad's going to say? He's going to say, I want
$350 to $500 will get you a great starter board.
That's reasonable. We pay like $1,000 for a board, so that's fairly reasonable. Now, this might be surprising, but people have noticed that I'm a little bigger than normal.
Absolutely.
And so I tend to get a lot of questions, but hey, how can I surf? Because I'm big.
Yep.
And I see a couple X's on here. So we have the Phase 5 XL, this is their skim board, right? And then what's this big boy up here on top?
This one is going to be a bigger size board.
Yep.
That can cater probably up to 300 pounds.
Gotcha.
Like I said, we have boards for every level of rider, every shape, every size, in both brands, Phase 5 and Hyperlight. They make boards specifically for big professional riders like yourself.
I was trying not to state that I had a weight problem, but the way you did that, it really kind of just sent that home. So thank you. I appreciate that. But anyway, and I can't help but notice the just in case. I have one of those.
Yep.
I don't have that. That's a nice one. So this one, I just have like this Acme bag with the prop in it and stuff. But that looks like it's got everything you need there.
It's got everything you need. It's why they call it the just in case or the weekend saver kit, because it can save your weekend if you have that on your board.
See, that's the stuff you have to have in stock when somebody's on vacation. So that is the puller right in there, right?
Puller. It's got your pry bar. It's got your nut and your cotter key. It has everything in there to change your prop on the go.
That hard case, that's cool.
That's a case that hopefully you can put in your storage on your boat. Never use it,
and it'll be there.
It's there if you need it, and hopefully you don't. But it's there to save you, to keep.
Because
you
the soft case, you have it in storage for a long time, and then you open it up, and oh man, a mouse got in there or something. I've actually had that happen. This thing looks pretty sick. What is the weight range? Obviously, you can be.
This caters to really all shapes and sizes as well. From the little kid that's trying to learn.
Be careful.
Maybe even.
Be careful where you're going. That's all I'm saying. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
You know, if little kid and dad want to try to get on it, it can hold that weight as well.
Okay, so how much does little kid and dad weigh together?
I'd say this can go up to 350 pounds.
Wow, really? And get up in the air?
Get up in the air.
Wow, and how fast does it go?
You can go up to 30 miles an hour.
This thing goes 30 miles an hour?
Yes, sir. Yep.
It takes less than an hour to charge this?
Yes, sir.
That wasn't a prepared lead-in question. That sounded like, what, does that take all day to charge? And then he goes, no, it's only an hour. I didn't know.
No, it has a rapid charging system on there.
It's going to set you back a bit, though.
It is. It's not a cheap toy.
It's not a cheap toy.
It's not a cheap toy. It is.
It's not a cheap toy.
They're $79.99.
Yeah, see?
Sounds like you're interested to me.
Okay, you know, I am exactly 350 pounds. So maybe when I get down to 330,
you get some wiggle room there.
I got a little bit of room, a little bit of wiggle room.
Yes, this is your standard style full board, which is that's what it's mimicked off of. But that obviously has an electronic motor to power you. It's pretty easy to use. These are all manual, and they're much more difficult to.
And how much is like this one set you back?
Around $2,000.
That's a lot better than 8.
A lot better than 8.
Where the hell do I put it? What's the best way that you have found that people can actually take it and keep it out of sight?
A lot of people put them on their Bimini storage.
Is that just putting it in upside down?
Upside down, stored on your Bimini storage.
So the Bimini storage that comes on our Moombas and Supras, as an example, those you are solid enough to put that up there?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
these weigh less than Less than 30 pounds total.
Oh, okay.
Very light.
Yeah, that is really
It's
light.
not going to damage or hinder anything with your Bimini or Bimini canvas.
And these Hyperlight boards I'm seeing, they look like they've stepped up a notch. I have a couple at home, but it's been a couple years. But I really like the look of them too.
These models are hand blown boards, custom made.
Gotcha.
Out of Ventura, California.
All right, now this is a little bit more of a controversial subject for wake surfers. Is that some people feel like if you buy that big old expensive wake surf boat, you shouldn't be tubing. But
I disagree.
tubing is fun.
I disagree. Yeah. That's a hobby and a sport that the grownest of adults can have fun with.
Yeah.
If you got the right person pulling you.
Yes, exactly. Or the wrong person.
Or the wrong person pulling you.
Sometimes.
That's right.
You know, I would have to say though, as much as if I'm getting on the tube, I want to make sure the right person is pulling me. But when I'm towing, I kind of like to be the wrong person. And you know, that's the thing. If you haven't experienced safely, I'm going to add the word safely, destroying your teenage kids, especially, do you have that boy that looks at you like, you can't hurt me, Dad?
Yeah, turn up, go faster.
Yeah, go faster, Dad. I was looking for a 3 or 4 person tube because I have little grandkids that I want to tow them where they can feel a little bit enclosed.
Yeah.
But I also want to take out my younger brothers and stuff that I want to destroy.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for one tube fits all.
Yep.
What do you got a big selection.
We have just about any style you can think of. We have sit down tubes, you know, 2 to 4 person sit down tubes. That's something you were talking about. Your kids would feel more enclosed and stable. Much harder to throw them off of the tube if they're sitting down inside the tube. We offer, you know, 1 to 4 person lay down tubes, and that's when you want to have some fun and try to throw your riders off. We offer all of the above.
See, I have the 3 person lay down tube, but then you just can't. You can throw people around, but it's hard for somebody to get on there and feel comfortable that they just want to. You know, like when I'm taking the little grandkids and their mama's inside, and I got to make sure I'm being careful.
That's when you're going to want to look at something like this.
You're dang!
Pretty deeply inside the tube.
Look at that bad boy.
You have bolsters on each side of you to keep you in place. So this is a tube that you're really not going to be wanting to try to throw people off of. That's more of a calm